Fuck it, we'll do it live.
All right, guys, here we are. We are live on the air with our next episode of V Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me is none other than my co-host, Avira.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Are you upright? Are you a sideways spider?
Episode. I'm so pumped.
Who knows? That's right. We've been running the show all these years, and we've finally made it. And next up, we have, by way of miracle, the man himself, Foxler.
Yeah, I am back after what? How many episodes I haven't been in?
2 years.
2 years. Oh my god. Feels like time flies.
I know. Where the freak? It's like I wanted to say you don't even care about us, huh? You leave us hung out to dry. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, squirrels do hang, so never know.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. And joining us since we've had the beginning of the show at the end of 2017 is Orion.
Hi, I'm here.
Gee, I thought you'd be more hype.
Yeah, I am a bit more hyped. I'm just trying to sort something out so I can appear in suit.
Oh,
he wasn't ready.
Yeah, well, you have to send with a picture of my suit in lieu of a webcam, but here we are. So, yeah.
While he could have been getting ready, I was speeding home in my car. He was like, I gotta get back.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's unfortunately one of the reasons why we haven't really been on the show, because our schedule is kind of overlaps with yours, so
right,
timing and whatnot.
And I don't know when you ever head home, and I literally have to sacrifice the better part of my Saturday morning to run this.
Oh my god, my Saturday morning. Oh, I'm gonna miss my Saturday morning cartoons. Damn it.
I was just gonna say that. I miss my Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh yeah, man, take me back down memory lane, why don't you? All those years ago. No, but speaking of, I think this is, it's just high time we went back down memory lane, isn't it? No, 100 episodes.
Yeah, 100 mistakes.
Yeah, and you didn't have to
sorry,
see the majority of it.
First the entire time. But yes, 100 episodes. Now, Jolt, do you think we should go back to where it all began?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I mean, at the end, we first officially started our show, literally at the very end of 2017. I mean, to be honest, though, big kudos to Neo to getting the ball rolling, constantly. Without you, we probably wouldn't have this sort of stuff. And
absolutely.
For those of you who don't know, Neo is actually the one who had this idea to begin with. He wanted to, do a podcast, and you know what? Let's just have him say it in his own words.
I mean, yeah, he actually just wanted, he wanted people to listen to the Raiders just as they are, and yeah, just like that. So maybe people will
uncensored, purely Raider material, the raw fur at its core.
Yeah. Is there a way to play his statement?
If I could find out a way to do it, I would. But
okay.
But for now, I think the best you can do is just pop down a little tribute picture, because without him, we wouldn't have this group art. We wouldn't have we wouldn't have you on the show. We wouldn't have all that good stuff. I mean, we wouldn't have people staying in the loop.
All right. So since we can't play his actual statement from Telegram, I guess I'll just kind of summarize what he said. Earlier I said he wanted to, just make this podcast, give a voice for the Raiders, but he's also very appreciative of what the show has become. How he was very complimentary of you, Jolt, how you took over, and of me, how I organized all of our special guests, and how we both kind of made the show what it is now. And we've gained over 200 subscribers since we started, which is really amazing. I mean, considering how small of a channel we already were.
I know,
You know?
slow organic growth matters. But
It
Yes, it
does,
does.
yeah.
at the end, though, I know Neo hasn't been running the show, and I've been taking up the torch, which I'm been more than happy to. And I hope, you guys, maybe we'd like to hear from you too. Like, do you think, you love it when we just go out here and report on how clown this world has become? Up, not that one. Wow, 100th episode, and I'm already making mistakes.
Oh no. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's definitely been a clown world for sure. And the Raiders
100%.
podcast, we don't take ourselves too seriously. We
Sorry,
mostly
alright.
promote like furry events. We make fun of like the weird stuff going on in media and video games and whatnot. But yeah, we've gained a very large audience, and we've had a lot of special guests over the years that have really helped garner an audience, and I think it's really been productive.
I mean, yeah. 2 episodes in, and we've already gotten Rags on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And the first time I joined as co-host, I got 2 Griffin on the show. So there we go. Right? How cool was that?
Wasn't Rags on the first one? I don't remember.
Yeah,
It's been a
number
while.
2. At first, we started on one semi-Christmas day.
Oh, a Christmas special? Okay.
Yeah, and then Neo got the ball rolling, and then and then Rags came on 2 weeks after, and then
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
yeah, from then on it's had we've had 2 Griffin, we've had Genesius Wolf, we've had a host of others too.
Yeah, well, Cord Kitty, who's an actor, singer, fursuit dancer.
Yeah.
We've had Police Wolf, who's a major gaming streamer on Twitter. No, on Twitch.
Twitch.
No Dragons Please, who's a YouTuber.
No, we've had your friend Dashing Fox, future convention chair of.
Oh yes, Dashing Fox, of course, the con chair of Garden State FurCon.
Yeah. And so more and more
It's been crazy. It's just been such a rewarding experience. And I cannot believe we're at no. Was I going to say 200? No. 100 episodes.
No, we'll make the 200th
episodes.
episode. It'll just take us years and years, but we'll get there.
I didn't mean to say that. Okay, sorry.
Well, you want it to be the 2000 episode. Then you realize, oh my god, this is going on too long. We're sitting here like, remember that time when we used to dress up in these funky costumes at conventions?
Oh, what's that? You kids get off my lawn!
Oh man, okay, Mister. I'm an aging boomer, fursuit boomer, grey muzzle.
All right, whatever. Well, I'm sure we're gonna. I don't know about 2,000, but maybe 200 is realistic. I don't know, in the next year or so. Who knows?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, if I can go and become, become the crazy mathematician, going by my Asian stereotypes and so on, and my engineering degree, and it will take us somewhere between 5 years to get there.
Okay. I love how. Well, I mean, I guess you are Asian enough to calculate that in your head, so that's cool.
That reminds me of that movie, The Big Short. Well, he brings in this Asian dude to do all the math. It's like,
wow, so stereotypically racist.
Or that Family Guy joke when Peter sits an Asian on his desk for a test, and he's like, "Come on, do math."
come on, do math.
Do you remember that shit? That was crazy.
I think I remember that. That's been a while, but oh my god.
Yeah, it's one of the older jokes. It's still classic though.
Nah, we'll just stick a furry on the desk and it says, "Please yiff me." Damn it, yiff me.
Yiff me, daddy. Woo.
Oh
My goodness. Yeah, so I have to say those kind words from Neo, it really was really nice. I didn't think that our show was going to become what it became.
I know.
At least for now, right?
Yeah,
it's
and
crazy.
already, come on, you and I, no pressure, right? But this is, but we got to keep the direction going.
It's
So-
the four-eyed freak. Oh no.
No, deport! Deport!
It's not real. Don't look.
No, he's an illegal alien. Well,
Ah.
technically, his species is an alien, so.
He's gonna insert eggs into you.
But yeah, so anyways, guys, so over the years, the past thereabouts, let's say 2.5 years ish. I only came on the show
I'm back.
a few episodes later, actually, after Niu started it. I believe it was in like
It was
early-
June, July, like literally after Anthrocon. Like I've been bugging you. Hey, when are you gonna come in? When are you gonna come in? You're gonna tell us the story about Anthrocon and stuff.
Yeah. Now, funnily enough, I was supposed to be on the show to talk about Anthrocon, but I kind of flaked out because I was being a little bitch at the time. I'm like, oh, I've never been on a podcast before. I don't know what to say or how to do anything, and I was kind of like afraid of it. And then like the next week, I came on, and it was all right.
Yeah, because Foxler was there, giving you moral support.
Oh yeah, thanks, Daddy.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm here to support you. Da 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 da.
Yeah. But yeah, so after that, I was like, wow, that's actually really fun.
Oh, that's great. I still remember the day you joined, the day you wanted in.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, not to brag or anything, but like, I happen to be friends with like a crap ton of people in all kinds of positions all over the place. So I thought I could help with that and be like, hey, I can get some of my cool friends on and, you know, make the show even better. Right? So I wanted to do that.
There we go. That's all the secrets revealed, guys. Show's over. Like we have nothing more to hide.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
correct.
not some giant control room in the back that makes all this furry propaganda we spread around.
Yeah.
No, we honestly, like, Joel, how many times have we just, like, half-assed bullshitted our way through a show and it just turned out amazing?
Every single time, my dude.
Well, a lot of times. I mean, sometimes we have a pretty good structure, but my goodness.
You know,
sometimes it just ends up
Orion,
being
wouldn't this be the time you say you would make a burr meme?
Yeah.
What meme?
Like something
Haha.
that,
Propaganda machine go bird.
yeah, something like that. Or news cycle goes burr. And then that's how the show goes every single week, practically.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, Foxer, do your ears shake if you shake your head back and forth?
Oh, they're floppy!
Cute.
My ears are not floppy. They are rigid, like a Doberman.
Because you're always a hard stick. That's the problem.
Well,
Mine
I
is so
mean,
rigid too.
whatever.
But they're
Yeah.
sharp, so everybody says.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, there's something rigid about me, and it's rigid in my pants. Haha.
And this is where we pull that really drum roll, comedian drum roll, and we're just silent, like crickets in the back.
Or
Oh
better
my
yet, as a choppy laugh track.
Oh my God.
Right. So, anyway, for those of our audience listening, I'm not sure if you remember, but we used to actually be hosted by Google Hangouts for the longest time. And we
Right.
even spoke about how they were going to disestablish their live streaming services. We were very upset about that, but we thought we had more time.
Yeah, but you wanted to basically milk the shit out of that cow because you couldn't get my iPad.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to milk this cow hard. Milk every little last drop out of it. Because I wanted to wait until October. But no, it turns out Hangouts was destroyed in August. And then, Joel, you and me, for 6 days, we were struggling to find a new platform.
No, hey Vera, don't save the show. Can you find a platform? Or else I'll resign.
Yo, I was really upset about that. I was like, oh crap, well, I don't think I could do it anymore. If there's no more platform, what are we going to do? But no,
You're gonna do it the old school way.
what, record on some camcorder and upload it to YouTube at 20.
Yeah, we're gonna get some studio cameras. We're gonna pop in that high definition VHS tape, and we're gonna go to town.
Yeah, let's make let's read all the pre-recorded segments and try and make them sync comedically with some clever editing.
That would actually be like a good idea if like like if you ever have like a Vegas trip, maybe have like a round table and like have everyone in suits sitting around it, like on the podcast of mics and everything.
We'll basically call it the secret furry raiders back room that everybody seems to think exists.
Yeah,
well, we were talking about that last time on the trip. We're like, oh, we should do like a podcast here in Vegas, and then it's like we brought the strippers to the room, and then we had like a little bit of an earthquake in the hotel, and then we just completely forgot about it.
Oh, dude!
Hold on, Foxler. You said they were strippers?
I didn't say anything.
You were the one that brought them here.
I thought they were just random girls that came, because like I saw the video of like you guys chilling out in the room, and then like these two girls came up, and they were like, "Oh my God, fairies!" I thought they were just some random party girls from some bullshit nonsense. What the fuck?
I mean, I attract the good ones, don't I?
Yes, you do. And you know what? If that's their profession, well, God bless them, and hooray for capitalism.
The thing is, though, he's Thai, so like finding strippers is second nature to him.
Wow. Wow.
That's some of them racisms right there. Whee!
Yeah, the thing is, though, it's finding if they have it. When it comes to like Thai strippers, it's like even if they look female, there's a chance that they may not be female.
Nah, there was some.
See. So here's the problem, Orion. You actually haven't gone to Thailand to figure that out, like I have. So you got to get really personal to figure that one out. It's not just like you sit down to someone and be like, have a beer with them, and I'm sitting in fursuit like, oh my God, it's hot, and they're like, oh, do you want to dance, honey? And I'm like, I couldn't make it from this stool to the dance floor without passing out midway. But yeah, you would have to be like grinding against that to figure that one out.
I just love their reactions, like when you open the door and their faces were like, "What the fuck did we just walk into?"
Yeah, I told them it was gonna be an animal party, so they had no idea of what that was coming at that door.
Right, because like animal could be like a metaphor, like, oh, it's an animal party, oh, we're all gonna go crazy, but they didn't think actual animals or like furries are gonna be there. That's
what I find more hilarious, all the all the gay furries were like in a corner, didn't know what to do with themselves. That's pretty hilarious. I think it was just like you and me, Jolt and me were like the only ones like really. Who else was it? I think it was just us two.
I think Terry might have. I don't know. I remember.
Yeah, Terry, a little bit.
Was it Terry? I think it was Terry.
Come on, he had to have been. Him and Cody had to have been grounded on. Come on.
Cody, he was in denial.
Somebody's gonna have to out of him though.
We'll work on it. It's that social interaction. If you can't go to a strip club with a straight face, you're doing something wrong.
All right. Anyways, Jolt, do we have any live comments going on?
Oh, nothing much of other than the whole banter and for jokes here and there. Chris Love says, "Hotel is number 69 and strippers in room 420." Yeah, wow, the jokes.
Okay. Well, I actually wanted to mention something which I might have spoken to you about before this, but considering it's the 100th episode, I don't even care. One of my favorite episodes that we've ever done was when we had 5 people on the show, and every single one of them was from a different continent in this planet. Do you remember that, Jolt? It was like maybe 8 months ago. We had someone from South Africa.
It'd have to be an Australian, an American,
right.
an Asian,
we had an
European,
Australian, an American, European,
and probably
South American,
and probably Talon from South Africa.
Yeah, dude. Like we had every one of our panelists was from a different country, from a different continent, and it was incredible. Like, can you imagine, like, just speaking to someone in South Africa or Australia or Brazil, like all at the same time? It was incredible. just how far we have friends all over the world, and it was a really great episode because you get like different opinions from all over the place. I thought that was just really cool. I forgot what that episode even was because I just focused on the fact that that happened.
Yeah, I think I was on that episode.
I think you were, yeah.
Yeah.
You were. Talon was. Jolt, obviously. Me. I think someone else from South America.
Could be.
Was it
I
Pow
can't-
Pow?
I got
I
a
don't
couple
know.
buddies in Brazil.
But I think I can go sift through the records, but you know what?
But yeah, like how cool is that though? All over the world.
That just tells you how far furry reaches everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Every little
absolutely.
nook and cranny. Now the big question is, how many furries in fursuit have been around the world? Because I bet you there's probably a lot of places in the world they haven't been to yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why, why do you think we pioneered the expedition to Lake Powell and the Rainbow Bridge?
Parts of
Right.
me want to pretend that didn't happen because it was that hot.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's think about somewhere like not in America, because America has a lot of prominent furry cons. Are there any furry cons in like places like Indonesia?
No,
Or
there isn't. My native
Zimbabwe,
Indonesia
or, like,
only has
some
like a
crazy
very
places?
burgeoning thing, but no. But I have links to the
Japan?
Asian community because, here in Australia we have more and more Asian furs popping their own scenes up.
They do have some in Thailand. They have one con there and a small furry gathering. I actually missed their bowling meet when I was over there at the hotel. It was just down the street, and I completely missed the post. And like 3 days later, I caught it. And I'm like, oh, I missed this. Damn it. So now we gotta have a fur con in the Arctic. That's the next step.
Yes.
No,
Antarctica,
I got one
shall be
place that we
conquered
could
by
go to.
furries.
Sealand.
Where?
Oh, you mean that micronation outside of like the UK?
Yeah, that micronation would be a funny location to have one.
No. I'm thinking
I
like
think
the
we're
Maldives.
gonna be, yeah. I think what
jazz.
we really need, like what we really want, is basically another grand adventure akin to to the Lake Powell trip.
Hey, I got a funny idea for like a place to hold a fur con.
Oh yeah.
The Chaz.
Oh yes. Let's go to the
Rainforest all over again. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's basically it's like rainforest but with terrible gardening.
Yeah, and and some very, very friendly characters too.
Yeah.
To say the least.
But I'd like to hint for everybody, the next Raiders trip might be on a very, very big ship. So
Ooh.
Yay!
Oh, that'd be fun.
I hope you guys ready for that. This time, nobody has to do any work to make it happen. We'll be catered to this
What?
time.
Why? How? How did they not do any work? Like you just like book a trip?
Yeah, it's a lot easier than trying to coordinate a whole bunch of furries in Vegas and on a lake. Trust me. You don't want to do that.
If you're thinking about a cruise ship, don't go on a cruise ship.
Do you know how crazy that whole thing was? Like when we had to deal with a whole million other circumstances too.
Yes.
And I bet you two would panic if we had an engine failure.
What's wrong with the cruise ship, Adira?
I don't know. Possibly death, infection
What?
of all the plague ships that come to the ports and kill people because of fucking Corona fan.
See,
we've long gone since then.
this is the reason why you're just different.
What? I'm crazy? Corona.
You need to watch more Fantastic Mr. Fox. You need to watch more Fantastic Mr. Fox. He's just different.
Okay, but like right now, cruise ships though, like they're all none of that.
Nah.
The cruise. Have you seen how many people have planned? Have made bookings for cruises in 2021?
The thing is, though, at least
Man,
the
I'm-
costs will be cheaper. It used to be cheaper to get
I wouldn't
tickets
do
for
it.
cruise ships.
Cruise ships have been very, very affordable for many years. So it just depends on your.
Now they are. They're a lot more affordable now.
No. If you really wanted like 5-star class service, no screaming kids, and just like pure luxury, that's not affordable. That's like $10,000 a ticket, and like a 30-day cruise.
Oof.
But
30 days. Jesus Christ.
30 days on a ship, going to different ports, enjoying the world.
I wouldn't mind that.
You wouldn't mind that. Exactly. See, he's got the right idea. Come on, Avira.
Yeah, I would too, because I took my suit on a cruise, for crying out loud.
Yes, somebody already has.
The
Really?
thing is, though, I won't invade or get up by blasters and zap people.
I mean, he's going to invade. I don't know what he's going to invade, but he's going to invade something.
Probably Fox's butt or something.
Oh, no. Just after he said that, it's just like, wait, what? Oh, no.
Yeah.
We
See
went
the
there.
awkwardness
We went
roll
there.
in.
The awkwardness is like, wait a minute.
That's one way to space invade.
Kill everybody with how awkward that you've just become. Wow.
We wonder why 4chan made fun of us 10 years ago.
Right?
Ah,
Yeah, but now the times are a little different. Now 4chan's making fun of us for different reasons. Well, furries in general, more rather.
what would be one of those things? Maybe what the conventions are doing.
Right, yeah, we were just going to jump onto that as a matter of fact. So, yeah.
He jumped and he disappeared. And he back.
Whoa, yeah, I made another boo-boo on my 100th episode. Yeah, good on me. Okay, no, it's fine. Because, yeah, we're going to get right onto how furries have made another mistake. So...
Oh, fucking hell, another one.
Another one. I'm like, yeah.
Another one. Yeah.
Another one. Oh, great.
Mistakes have furries made. Jesus Christ.
Overdosing at cons, massive parties, burning the hotel down. Something had to happen.
And not to mention, not inappropriate imagery on projectors. What else?
Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah, and this is...
yiffing in the balcony in the center in the hotel. There you go.
Okay.
So,
that happened at, I think, FWA?
I think, yeah, there's a lot.
Is that where it was?
Yeah.
'Cause
I think the
was
projectors
there. I
happened at
was where that
Anthrocon,
shit
which I'm
Yes,
going to
it
jump
did.
right
I don't
onto,
remember which
actually,
one it was.
because they just made another moronic statement. Check this out. Anthrocon stands with you. Friends, we are shocked and appalled by the murder of George Floyd and the many other acts of racial injustice that are occurring across the nation. Right now, we believe the need for action is more important than just words. We stand with the Black community. We know that Black Lives Matter, and we want you to know that we hear you, we see you, we stand with you, and we support you. Anthrocon believes that silence is not a vehicle for change. To that end, we know that we cannot improve as a convention and as a community without the valuable input of various members of the fandom, both staff and attendees who are people of color. In doing that diligence, we have refrained from making a statement until we could provide a statement that was more than just words. Without their help, we cannot hope to continue working to improve Anthrocon's diversity for the inclusiveness of all effectively. Wow.
Yeah? What does that mean?
What was what mean? What he just read?
The thing is, though, if somebody's wearing a suit, how can you tell if they're a person of color or not?
That's a good point.
Why?
Oh my god. Well, the logic just defeated there. Fur does not equal racial color.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the fandom shouldn't be about.
But
Yeah,
you know,
and now-
but if
Yeah,
you
like,
if you don't
whatever.
but if you don't make a statement, then that might be problematic.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Right, they
yes,
Absocon
Foster.
absolutely
It's
did not need to.
problematic to not make a statement because, ooh, how do you do? I'm a virtue signalist furry. How pathetic is that? That they have to make an apology or some bullshit statement? No, that's not cool. Come on, AC. Look, you canceled it because of the coronavirus. Okay, sure, whatever, we get that. There's no need to get political. Do not involve politics in this fandom. We're supposed to be furries and drop that shit at the door.
That's what I was told to do.
That's what we should do. What the? Well, come on.
Because see, that's what confuses me with all this. Because before all this, everybody said that my armband was being political, and I had to remove it, right? So I stopped being political by removing this. But then we bring in other stuff. We bring in other movements, and we say that's okay because it needs to be heard. I mean, I get that it needs to be heard, and I understand that there are people out there that feel strongly about it and want to see change, but it should be treated equally in regards of the messages that people are trying to send. You can't just say it shouldn't be like we want to support everybody but these furries over here. That's where you create division in between other furries, is by being selective. So I mean, if furries say they don't want to have politics, then all of it should go. And if you want to have politics, then all of it should be welcome, not just selectiveness. But personally, from the Boxer's mouth, I think it should be focused on furry only.
Right, and I completely
yeah,
agree with
I
you that
totally
that there's no
agree.
need for politicking in that case.
And all these furries are getting all politically involved with all of the cancel culture bullshit that's going on, and I'm like, why? If you're a furry, aren't you supposed to be escaping to your own world and ignoring the problems of your human world?
Right.
Look, I don't care about politics and stuff. I mean, I do, but I don't.
Yeah, you don't lie. Don't lie. I see your Twitter.
On other people. That's what I meant to say. I just want to be a furry and have fun. All right.
All right. Well, then act like it. My God, the candy corn can only go so far. Act like it.
I can only go so far, but sometimes people piss me off, and you know what? Yeah, I have my opinions.
Then you're not emotionally stable if you let people piss you off.
Well, sometimes they do. I'm human. You're a human.
No, I'm not. I'm a fox.
No, it's fox. Yeah,
I'm a fox. I'm a fox.
Well,
There you
whatever.
go.
You're a candy corn doggo.
All right, that's beside the point. Just saying, just get politics out of the fandom. I mean, come on. I just want to go to cons and have a good time. I want to see my friends, dress up as an orange doggo, and just have fun. I don't want to see Black Lives Matter nonsense in
Well, I mean, they could
in the fandom.
I mean,
that has no place there.
Well, we get that, but they could say the same thing about my armband too, or the furry raiders. So I mean, what I'm proposing is equal treatment. Equal treatment. If you don't want politics, then all of it should go. And if you want to cater to supporting people's choice to express themselves freely, then there should. I would have no issue somebody supporting Black Lives Matter or Antifa or anything they want. And I will wear my armband. I mean, it's that simple, and I can get along with everybody. That's not
as
an
long
issue.
as they don't actively shove it in your face or start doing campaigning stuff.
Well, that would be I mean, that's the point of, like, if you allow it, then you just have to deal with what the campaigning. I mean, people campaign don't mean anybody has to actually act on it. You know, you could just be like, all right, well, it's not doing anything illegal. You're not causing distress against, a whole bunch.
Oh shit!
What the fuck?
Oh, I was gonna say yes, Foxler. I absolutely agree with.
I think yeah, we're just experiencing a
With that.
few minor technical issues at the moment, which will be okay. Well, tech issues solved.
I touched my keyboard.
Oh dear.
But yes, Foxler, I do agree with you that, regardless what different ideology one might have, I don't care. Like, as long as you're a furry, we're all in this together. You know. I respect diversity of opinions, and that's it.
Right. Just and you know what though, the sad part is that the Anthrocon weren't the only ones that have done this sort of thing as well, because suddenly now, Free Weekend Atlanta has basically jumped on this bandwagon. Right, like same sort of deal again, but
Let's
only now they've invoked more names and such. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Rayshard Brooks, and the countless other POCs that have been subjected to unjust and systemic racism in our country. We stand in solidarity with Black Lives Matter movement and victims of oppression.
Okay, but like Black Lives Matter is a terrorist and racist group. So I don't know why they would support that.
And I don't know what the board of, Furry Weekend Atlanta were thinking. They were
And
Yeah,
and
the
here's
thing is,
the main
though,
problem. I don't
they're
think
not
that this
gonna
has
be
anything to do with
donating-
furry, but these people are
Yeah.
trying to make it seem like it is. I don't care about Black Lives Matter or some political nonsense, but these conventions are trying to make it all about that, and now they're purging people and changing their policies, changing all these things to try to make it about something political, which it never should have been about to begin with. I think we should have furries first. Freedom of expression, no political association, just have fun with your friends and be a furry. Why can't these conventions do that? Do they have to make these statements to make themselves look all virtuous and whatnot? Like, who are they pandering to? No, I think that furries deserve their own platform to freely express themselves the way they want to, and not these, basically corporate conventions trying to demonize people in different groups. It's weird. It's very weird. I wonder if I say to FWA I don't support the whole Black Lives Matter protests, if they're going to ban me from their convention. They probably would. And that's a scary thought.
It's also a matter of time as well. Like, there's also been a whole lot of hot button issues as well now, that furry and police aren't mixing well. So there's another, there's a million can of worms that come along with it too.
Yeah, the thing is, though, are they gonna ban people if they have a German Shepherd persona?
Well, what's interesting about that? We had a special guest on our show called Police Wolf, he actually was a former police officer,
and he actually is based
now
in Atlanta.
I wonder if he's facing backlash because of this. If a lot of furries just don't like police anymore. And you know what's the craziest thing though about this? I was talking to one of my friends about Zootopia, all right? And you know what they said to me? I said, well, if you think that cops are all bad, why don't you go ban Zootopia? And you know what they said? They said, yes, we should. Because Judy Hopps instigated a race war. That's how bad it's gotten, my dude. That's how crazy this shit's going.
Judy
They
Hopps,
literally
huh?
said that. I'm not even kidding.
Based. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I still remember that part of the movie too. But
How is that How is that even like remarkably okay at all?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it wasn't Judy Hopps who instigated it. It was the
No, it
mayor's
wasn't. It
assistant.
wasn't.
Hey, yeah. I mean, spoiler alert. Yeah, that's definitely the case. But
Well, no,
Obviously-
but that's over analyzing a movie that's meant for
Yeah.
just entertainment and fun. It's way over analyzing. That's like adults trying to overanalyze cartoons. That's not the point of it. The point of
Yeah.
it
No, I
was
know.
just to
I know.
show that
They shouldn't over analyze the movie. Yeah, I get that, but they did though. And all I said was, oh well, if you hate the cops, then such and such. And then they wanted to ban Zootopia. What is that next? Is Zootopia next?
They already attempted it with Paw Patrol.
they're trying to do Paw Patrol. They're gonna try their luck with Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Fun fact: they're also trying to do the same thing with Hello Kitty, because Hello Kitty has a mascot who's a cute little police officer, hamster or something.
Wait, for real?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, let's have a look at this. But yeah, they're even spurging out at Japanese shows with even with even a mascot who's a police officer in his downtime. Millions of other things too.
Sorry guys. I'm outside right now. There's a bunch of dogs barking. I feel their
Jeez,
pain.
can you keep it under control?
Doggo.
Well, actually, you are a dog. You should be like the dog and bark.
Ah yes. Bark bark. Arf.
Oh dear. Fox
Oh,
has pushed
dear.
the button again.
All right, never
It's
mind.
not. Jeez, I thought you lived in an isolated.
Oh, I'm going inside. Never mind. But yeah, I really do think it's quite depressing how they're just trying to cancel literally everything. Look at Aunt Jemima. Now, by itself, that's not a big deal.
The
But
thing
they're
is,
going
it's
after Aunt Jemima. They're going after D&D. They're toppling statues of George Washington.
Right now, I
It's
see
getting
the whole
crazy, my dude.
Aunt Jemima thing has definitely happened. Of course, I'll get that up on the screen.
yeah, but the thing is, though, Aunt Jemima's based off like the first ever black spokesperson of a company.
Now, I don't know if you guys know who this model was who made Aunt Jemima. She used to be a former slave, and then she became a millionaire and achieved the American dream after she was freed and became a freaking model for this. Yeah, she was selling her syrup all over the place, and she was a success story. Why should she be demonized?
It's because it got bought by a soulless corporation.
Now, look, I'm not trying to get all political or some bullshit, but I just think this is all very silly.
Yeah, this
Like,
is basically
Aunt Jemima, of all people. Like,
yeah,
really?
this is political correctness gone mad.
It's gone mad, my dude. It really has. I mean, Aunt Jemima? Also, Uncle Ben's they're getting rid of. They're also attacking D&D and Magic the Gathering. Like, literally everything.
That's a big jump so far, Mister. Like we'll get to those segments one by one by one. But
Yeah,
the same thing like with the Aunt Jemima thing. Uncle Ben, also.
I know. It's so sad. I made something about this on Twitter, and I said that it was really sad that they're getting rid of Aunt Jemima, and people were like, "Why? Are you a racist?" I'm like, "No, I just like the syrup, and I grew up with the mascot, and she's a very successful black woman. What's the problem here?" Man, shit's just gone bonkers.
Yeah, and no, they absolutely did not need to change the whole, branding of Aunt Jemima. And I know, like, just to cite recent examples too. Gone with the Wind has been put on,
Oh yes,
shelves.
Joel, part of that paragraph says, in recent days,
Yeah.
several
Several-
companies, including Target and Nike, have recognized Juneteenth as a holiday. I'm not entirely sure what that is. NASCAR has banned the Confederate flag. HBO Max has temporarily shelved Gone with the Wind. Really? Okay.
That's one of the most successful movies in human history.
Oh, and they have rushed to express solidarity with Black Lives Matter.
Hey,
And
by the way,
apparently, yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I think
But,
with also one of the win was also the introduction of the first African American Oscar winner. I think.
yeah,
it was, yes. And I think the problem with all this, cancel culture bullshit, it's affecting furries. Like you're not allowed to have your own opinion anymore. This really hurts the furry fandom. Because
yeah.
there's a bunch of furs with different opinions about things, and we all grew up in different places, and now they're starting to cancel things. Man, this is sad.
Right. 1 second first. We got a live comment which I find interesting. Sly Bluepaw says, and just today, Discord joined in on the pandering.
Of course they did. Oh, goodness gracious. What did they do?
There's going to be a lot of servers banned because of this.
I'm sure
I
they
think we
supported
can
Black
definitely
Lives Matter and all that,
statement.
Isn't
I'm going to
Discord
try and
run by
quickly
furries?
look for, a statement from. Okay, yes, that's right. They did make a statement on Juneteenth.
Today.
No, I thought it was supposed to be on the 19th.
Yeah, today is the 19th.
It is the 19th.
Oh, for me, it's the 20th.
I know, today for me is the 20th, but, nobody down here is just,
Oh, that's right. You live in upside down land. For
Of
me,
course.
it's June 19th.
All right, so yeah, Discord did make an official statement. So I'll read this out to you very briefly. All of us at Discord are horrified by George Floyd's murder and are disgusted by the continued police brutality against the protesters. And
I just find it amazing that so many furries have an opinion about this.
right,
Now, you know what I did on Twitter? I posted the Blue Lives Matter flag because a lot of my family are police officers and I respect law enforcement. And you know what they call me? They call me a fucking Nazi. I mean, how sick is that? Like, really? I'm sorry if I think that there are some good cops out there. What, you want to fucking ban Zootopia? Yeah, go for it.
and the funny thing is, though, some police institutions actually use Utopia as a training manual. But that's neither here nor there.
Dude, Paw Patrol is under attack right now.
I know we've got this. We've covered this in the past few episodes as of late. I know.
Thankfully, they stood their ground and haven't actually canceled the show. But
right,
I don't know, man.
Here's the thing. Just as on a not so optimistic note about Paw Patrol is that they're basically Nickelodeon is hosting them, and well, yeah, I'm not quite optimistic with what Nickelodeon's done. All things considered.
Yeah,
that's right. They did.
Hey, Fox, are you still there?
He's muted himself, so that's considered. I don't know if he did a Homer Simpson when remember that Simpsons episode where he had those fat fingers and tried to touch the keyboard.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he could have lagged out though.
Possibly. But
well,
yeah,
still.
In the end, though, it's just the Discord statement is just all sorts of oh my goodness. If we don't create change when we can, we are complicit in perpetuating white supremacy and the oppression of black people. For real.
Joel, what's really funny is like a few weeks ago, you and me were talking about how, the whole woke revolution, cancel culture bullshit kind of stopped because of Corona-chan. But now it seems to be coming back in full swing.
It does, yeah. Oh, and by the way, Foxler has muted himself. Not, this was not any of our doing. But yeah, on a side note, holy shit, like,
it's everywhere, my dude. They're toppling statues. They're going after Magic the Gathering, my favorite game in the world. That's upsetting, man. That's super upsetting.
Right. Like, just
I really do like though how Invoke Prejudice was numbered 1488. Obviously, that was a joke by like one of the programmers, but like that's still kind of funny.
I don't know.
It's
It was a
not about
coincidental that
Nazism or racist or whatnot. It's just funny.
Yeah, they did it to like meme. I think.
Yeah.
Did they, or did they just count the cards and say, "Oh, this was unintentional. Oh, can't have that."
But yeah. Also, it could have been an accident.
Yeah, the thing is though, I think Foxer could be changing out of suit.
Right? Yeah, but that's backstage. You don't talk about backstage matters, yo.
Yeah.
Like how you vanish from the start just to just to be an illegal alien for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did that work out for you? Did you get departed by the ICA? How did that work?
No, I haven't been deported by the Border Force. That's what they're called over here.
Ah, the Border Force. That actually sounds like a pretty badass name. I am the Border Force.
Yeah, they're called the Border Force in Australia too.
Mm,
Oh, really?
sure, I
Yeah.
can follow the UK's lead. But yeah, I mean, just while we're here on the whole Aunt Jemima thing, it's still crazy because Mrs. Butterworth is following their lead, kind of.
Okay, Jolt. Now you're giving them ideas. Don't be giving them no ideas about.
No,
this
it's
shit.
because Mrs. Butterworth to undergo complete brand and packaging review, all because of their femininely shaped bottle. Is what
Okay,
they've been
so
selling.
What about Nature's Valley butter? They literally have a Native American holding like a cup of butter. Is that racist too?
Oh, they already got rid of that one.
Oh, they did? No, they didn't. I still have one in my fridge.
Yeah, but can you get them on the shelves or like at least the old bottles?
Wait, they really did that?
I don't know. Here's
What
the
was
thing.
that?
Jesus Christ.
Hey Vera, are you gonna become a dog again, or are you gonna have to be the dog, the alpha?
Is it a cat?
See, this is why you need something better than an iPad to begin with.
What? Why? What'd I do?
Nothing. We were just pissing on you as we always do.
Ah, whatever.
But yeah, that's just one of the crazy things that we just we've been foisted upon ourselves is what it is though. But yeah, you also glossed over on one other thing, another example that you've cited over, and I've only just discovered this thanks to you like not so long ago. Is that Dungeons
D&D.
and Dragons have
Yeah.
are planning to create a 5th edition that have kind of following this whole trend. So yeah, from their own website themselves, D&D, Diversity in Dungeons and Dragons by the Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons and Dragons team. Their statement.
So should we call them D&D? Like Diversity Dungeons and Dragons?
Double D&D.
Yeah, double D&D.
Wow.
Here's the
I don't know,
article
man.
that
Double
was showing.
D's, could be interpreted as sexist, breast size and all that. But hey,
No,
I'm not the one who makes the call.
So the whole idea behind this statement that Dungeons and Dragons made was they did not want to dehumanize orcs. And they said that orcs are just like humans. They have complex societies just like we do. Now, my argument against that would be orcs are supposed to be non-human monsters that the real humans fight against. It's kind of like an alien invader that we all kind of unify against. Like, why are orcs being humanized now? Like, remember like Lord of the Rings when orcs were basically like the evil goblin monsters? It's a fantasy race. They're not human. Why are these alt-leftists calling them racist?
Yeah, the thing is though, aren't they racist for equating black people with orcs?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Right, because here's the thing. Here's what
I
they're
would never
saying.
do that.
Here's their part of the statement. Throughout the 50-year history of D&D, some of the peoples in the game, orcs and drow, being two primary examples, have been characterized as monstrous and evil, using descriptions that are painfully reminiscent of how real-world ethnic groups have been.
No, bullshit on that. They're not about ethnic groups. No, they're non-human monsters from the depths of the world. Orcs are bad. They're not even human. Why would a racist... I mean, obviously, if they are racist, like, why would they equate black people to orcs? What is this?
It's a total mess, I know. Like, why? And then, and now they're basically trying to humanize them, like, giving them more humanly characteristics and...
No, you don't do
Is
that.
this a travesty to, to establish Dungeons and Dragons lore? Or have they just decided to retcon everything for the first 5th edition?
Orcs are non-human. They are the evil horde that we have to unite against and fight. That's in all mythology. Like, literally all mythology. Orcs are monsters, right? They serve evil. Why are we trying to... And who thought that they represented black people? No, they don't. They don't represent minorities. What in the bonkers?
The thing is, though,
If anything, orcs have they outnumber everyone. Look at Sauron's armies in Lord of the Rings. He had like 1 million orcs. They outnumbered everybody. Come on, this is weird.
Yeah, but but in light of this though, I can imagine what they're trying to do. Like, who's going to be the whole new target market for the 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons?
Right,
Certainly
and Jolt, let me just read this last bullet point here. We proactively are seeking new talent to join our staff and our good of freelance writers and artists. We brought in contributors who reflect the beautiful diversity of Dungeons and Dragons community to work on our books coming out in 2021. Okay, I'm not gonna read the rest. So
right, but the problem is, like,
retcon things, and they're trying to change things for 2021 to make themselves virtue signals.
Yeah, like Tolkien writes, it literally says that orcs aren't comparable to humans.
They're not. Right. They're not humans. No, they're monsters. They're a monster race, like a Balrog. Or a dragon.
They're not compatible with any human culture.
No, and you know what? When I
or
saw
ethnicity.
these movies, when I read the books, I never equated orcs to any particular human race. I just thought of them as, oh, they're the bad guys. They're the orcs who serve Sauron, the Dark Lord. When they inject politics and race into games and stuff like this, it just takes you out of the illusion. It just makes you think about it in a more political way. And that's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I still don't know what's going on, and
Well, sure. Like there's arguments to be made about metaphors and stuff in Tolkien's work or other works like in D&D, like about how different cultures dominate things or whatnot. Whatever. I'm sure there's some metaphors secretly involved in there, but just to cancel everything. That was my main problem with Magic the Gathering when they started banning cards. Like, they're banning artwork and game mechanics because they deem it to be racist. Why not just ban the whole game? Ah, man, sorry. Going on a little tangent here, but I'm really upset about the whole Magic thing. Especially because we had one of our vintage artists as a special guest on our show who actually painted one of the cards that was banned in the first wave of like the 7 cards that were banned. So I really feel for this guy. I feel for all Magic players.
I know. Currently the discussion is, yes, every orc is depicted very differently. True, like orcs in Warcraft are different from the Lord of the Rings, from Dungeons and Dragons. But in that case of Dungeons and Dragons, they're the 5th edition might get the the always evil attribute removed from these orcs.
No, I think they're always evil, but when I was watching The Hobbit, I really liked the idea of like an orc society. Like, remember when the whole fellowship, like, not the fellowship, the whatever, like the 13 people, the dwarves, like went to Goblin Town, and it was like a whole established place. I thought that was pretty cool, but I also recognize that the orcs are basically monsters.
Yes.
I never equated them to a race. Like, why would D&D try to do this? Like, unless their own developers are racist and they see these connections that no one else did. Because I don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, and with all of this though, and these people, I think, they're doing all this pandering, but would these, would the people they're trying to pander to purchase the 5th editions of Dungeons and Dragons?
Man, I think they're going to lose money.
They will.
Yeah. The thing is, though, yeah, I think we've like discussed this topic to death. To be honest.
I mean, it's that's fine. Yeah, like,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Orion, it's not just one topic. It's part of a larger problem because it's not just Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
It's
no,
also
I know.
Magic the Gathering. It's also the statues. It's also Aunt Jemima. It's also everything that they're trying to cancel. Hell, even our own group has been under attack. So yeah, it's all over the place. People are going absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's quite sad.
but this is you know what though, we're on this ride and we can't get off. Sorry.
Nah, you're right. I don't think so. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, just move on to something a bit more positive.
I mean, yeah, but it's too bad though that this whole thing is just Like,
Well,
this week's been a little slow. I get it, because coverage has been wall to wall about the real world.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes. Well, coverage the last basically like month and a half or so, every convention has been shut down. There's really no furry events going on aside from the virtual conventions, which we've discussed. But it's pretty much real world stuff. But the real world stuff is affecting our fandom in, unfortunately, I believe, a negative way.
Yeah.
Sure. But in the end, though, so just to kind of while we're here, though, where are the next 100 episodes going to take us? Do you think now that like we said, like Scorch is saying, this is going to be an interesting ride. Let's see where it eventually goes. And it's not just that, real world. Like, it's also our show. Like, we got 100 episodes. We got in the tank for another 100.
Well,
Yeah.
Scorch, I'll let you know, we're not going anywhere. Jolt and I will continue to do this podcast as long as we're able to do so, and we shall be there to give you the most entertaining and breaking news of all things furry.
Well, most things furry, most things real world too.
Well, yeah, that too, but I'm just whatever.
Yeah, there's like at this time it's like a lot of real world stuff, but I think in the future there's going to be more furry related content.
We'll stay. Yeah, things will peter out and stabilize.
Yeah.
I mean, who in the bonkers could have predicted a pandemic shutting down the world?
Some people have.
All these
Some people have
being shut
basically
down.
prophetically written about such a thing, except nobody was well prepared for it.
Nah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost as if nothing in the world is real.
Yeah, I wish we could focus more on the furry.
And on all other fascinating little things instead of being bogged down. Because
especially,
after all, escapism is a part of it.
Yeah, like
It's
movies,
a part of what
games,
everyone
all
needs in
that
their lives.
Real world stuff is getting boring.
Yeah. Sure. So, yeah. I suppose. I mean, but here we are, though. I wish it was, as much as we'd like to say, happy 100th. You know what? I think, hopefully if this is the path we're heading, maybe we'll just see where this ride goes,
Jolt, I think you've done an incredible job with this.
Thank you. I mean,
And not to toot my own horn or anything, but I helped.
yeah, you did. You've been really invaluable. I know you've been so instrumental to the show like for the longest time. Yeah.
Oh, I love you guys.
I love you too.
Now it's yeah, like ever since since like I was just at the time like when I was thinking about this, it was just like had a lot of stuff on this plate trying to hold the show together, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll help you carry the torch, and the weeks roll by, and here we are. So I suppose credit where it's due, but somebody did have to pick it up. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here listening to us, would you? But yeah, just on a little note though, before you keep telling yourself these past few weeks, things will get better, things will get better. Well, that is the intent. Just some things may have to get worse before they get better. That's the reality of how the world works. But oh, there we go. Look at you, candy corn doggo.
Oh, you're cute.
Back in the suit again. So, with that said, Orion, what do you think? Would you want to close things up?
Yeah. Anyways, this was a great hurrah to past 100 episodes, and hopefully we'll have 100 episodes more.
Yeah, we're like we said, we're gonna hold on to a promise and say, we're gonna keep pumping out these shows for as long as we're able to. I don't know. I mean, 4 or 5 years may take a while, but 100 episodes. If it takes it that long, it takes it that long.
Yeah.
It's not going to be 400 or 500 years. Come on.
Actually, no, it won't be 4 or 5 years. Actually, my maths was fucking wrong. It's actually might be 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn it! Now I have to literally go back and do. Yeah, look at how far I've fallen from an agent who did maths in high school and university to this. Well, yeah. No, I'm not going to bore you with the story of my life. Avira, would you like to close things up?
Well, I'm so glad that everyone, has been with us for this long time. Yeah, it's crazy, right? 100 episodes? What? Oh my god, it's so cool. I really appreciate everyone that has subscribed, that watches our show, gives us our awesome comments. I love you guys. And
Yeah,
I'm going to continue doing this show as long as I possibly can.
Yeah, feel free to drop a line if you got suggestions, feedbacks, complaints, or you just want to say, oh, we were an evil bunch of people. Yeah, our line is open.
Orange doggo bad.
Never forget that though. So, in that sense, I wish Foster was here to give us all, kind of a proper closing for the episode. But, well, here we are. So I suppose I say, thanks again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed with this, as much as we did. And in that case, our episodes are always available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and more platforms in the future down the line. So we are not going anywhere. And this is us signing off for the week and our 100th episode. See you on the 101st next time. Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.